busy. I was like, I almost started pitching in on your hair and makeup. I was like, girls, what can I do? I'm like, hand me a brush.
Did you see that?
You were busy. That was crazy.
Let me tell
that
you,
day.
I still have marks on the back of my heels from running in the shoes that I had on to try and make it in the doors before NFL Honors started.
That is so funny. That is really intense. Meanwhile, I was like,
dumb.
I was like breezing it. I felt bad because you had so much going on that day, and I was like, what's going on, y'all?
My favorite was when you hit everybody in the audience with if everyone can stay seated so Kylie can get out of here faster. Like I was trying to make a fucking connecting flight.
Well, let me say something about that, by the way. People are abusing that. I was on a flight recently. We were delayed. We landed and they said, hey, if you're connecting to here, please let those people off first. And I'm happy to do it. I stay seated. And then I start to see people rushing past me. I know damn well you're not going to Birmingham. Don't play with me.
I know damn well this is your final destination.
You have arrived at home. And I'm livid because I'm like, I'm doing my part. I'm being in community with all the people trying to make it to Birmingham. God bless their souls. And then I'm seeing non-Birmingham travelers rush past me. Really, really upsetting stuff.
I mean, people should act right. It's the way of the world right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to have a movie like Summer, and we're going to get back to treating people nicely.
We're going to get back to behaving in a way that if every single other person behaved the exact same way, that the world would work out. That's how we're going to get back to behaving. No more cheating on the connecting flight business. But yeah, what were we actually talking about? Flights. Bingo was so much fun.
Now, before the actual bingo show, I would like to say we met in the green room. I still can't get over, first of all, that was our first time meeting. It didn't feel like it was our first time meeting in person. The one note that I have here to ask you about that I would just like to share with the world, the rotisserie chicken.
I knew where this was going.
Because it fascinated me.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your question?
What are the benefits of a rotisserie chicken? I already asked this, but I would like you to share with the people.
Yeah. So this is a funny thing. There are 2 rotisserie chickens on my rider. Okay. Usually this is because I'm arriving to a theater from an airport, about to do a show, need to put a little something in the tum. The rotisserie chicken, this is a trick that a lot of people do this actually. I've learned. It's a trick that I stole from Stavros, that the rotisserie chicken is perfect because it's filling, it's protein, it doesn't upset your stomach, and it's something to eat really quick before the show. And yes, you walked into our shared green room and I was taking down half a rotisserie chicken. Just going to town on half a rotisserie chicken. Not delicate, no delicate way to do it.
Now, speaking of riders.
Yeah.
We do a segment on here called Coach Me Up.
Yeah.
I do not have a rider. Oh. Whenever events request a rider from me, I always just say, if I could have some water, that'd be great. Our whole team jokes around that one of these times they're going to put something on my rider and not tell me what it is. And then I'm going to show up and someone's going to be like, we got you this potpourri that we shipped in from Italy and it was only available there. And I'm going to be like, the fuck is with the potpourri?
Why'd you do that?
Yeah. One of these days they're going to surprise me, but I feel like if I were to put some random shit on there, I could use some advice on that. So if you were going to coach me up about what to put on my rider, besides 2 rotisserie chickens, what would you put on there?
So anything packable, anything you can take with you, especially if you're traveling, because this is good stuff to put in your bag for the flight.
Great.
So like on my rider, it's like fig bars, chomps. This is not packable, but I always have black bean corn salsa and a hint of lime tortillas.
It's not practical, but it's delicious.
It's delicious. And actually, I was in a green room yesterday, and the guy came in. He was like, "Oh, did the chips not make it? We got you chips and salsa." And what's embarrassing is I had already asked my assistant to put them in her bag and take them back to my house. So we go, no, they made it. Don't worry about that.
No, we dropped them on the floor.
Don't worry about it. We got what we needed. But yeah, I think, okay, anything packable, anything you can travel with, take to the airport, something fun that delights you. Like I will say, I don't drink Dr. Pepper so much these days. I used to really go crazy on the stuff, but I keep Dr. Pepper on the rider. Not every time they do it, but that every once in a while I'll walk into a green room and there will be the crispest, I'm going to cry, coldest, Dr. Pepper you've ever seen in your life? Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Gets you a little emotional. Hits you right in the feels. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just after a long day when you're kind of having like a stressful week.
Hit it.
To crack open a Dr. Pepper, especially like a tall boy. You ever seen the tall boys?
Oh, I've seen them.
Woo! It's special.
That nice little psst, and you're like,
is there something that does that for you? Is there something at all in the world that does that for you?
I'm going to have to think about it. Honestly, I feel like I answer the call whenever I get that feeling.
Yeah.
In a way that like I don't ever deprive myself of things.
Well, that's a beautiful way to live.
Thanks. I like to do things in moderation. That way I can make the excuse of having a donut 3 mornings in a row because the feeling struck me.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Maybe it's a donut.
Last 3 mornings. I do love a donut.
Maybe it's a donut.
I love a butter pecan iced coffee, but I like my butter pecan iced coffee in the morning.
Kylie, do you know what yours could be? Every town has a great legendary donut spot. You should start telling, your rider should be like 3 donuts from the best donut shop in town.
Perfect. Done.
That's incredible.
Do you know what I should then add to the list?
Tell me.
Ziploc baggies.
Yes, exactly.
So
now you're thinking. That's exactly correct. Just say I need Ziploc bags and 3 of the best donuts in town.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You don't have to eat the whole thing. You can just take a bite of the donut.
Add it to the rider.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad we got to the bottom of that.
I cannot wait until the next time I hit a green room and there's a fucking rotisserie chicken and 3 donuts.
Hello? This life is supposed to be fun.
When you come to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
How do you feel about cake donuts?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. My husband is vehemently against them. And then when I get federal donuts, he eats them anyway. It's the craziest phenomenon. I'm like, whatever. As long as you're eating them with me, I actually don't give a shit what you said 5 minutes ago.
Because by the way, is there any bigger betrayal in the world than when you go for a sweet treat and your partner won't do it with you?
I need you to co-sign that decision so hard. I need you to co-sign it so that I'm not alone. There's no worse feeling than feeling alone. I firmly believe that, and that applies.
Sorry. That about donuts is killing me, and also I agree. There's no worse feeling in the world than feeling alone. Eat this donut with me.
Eat the fucking donut.
Yeah.
The Federal Donuts has like fancy flavors, and we get a half a dozen, which is all the fancy flavors, and you leave a butter knife in the box all day long so that you can do drive-bys, and you just try a new donut every time you walk by. By the end of the day, have you eaten probably 3 full donuts? Yeah, but that's yesterday's problem. That's not a problem for me.
That's yesterday's problem. And can I also just remind everyone that tomorrow is not promised, that today is all we have. Sorry, I had 3 donuts today. Whoa, that's crazy. But what if I don't get tomorrow?
Moderation. Exactly.
Hello.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm putting donuts on the rider and a rotisserie chicken because the rotisserie chicken was so fascinating to me. It wasn't even funny. Now, last time you were on, we talked a little bit about stand-up and Philadelphia crowds. You told the story of how your friend's dad encouraged you to get some ass after the show. Is that still your fondest Philly memory?
Yeah, I haven't gotten one since then yet. I guess my upcoming Philly trip will be my first time back in a minute. I don't know if I told you this or not, but it wasn't that show. It was a different time that I stopped in Philly. My friend Annie and I were on tour together. She is a musician, and her band was doing half the show, and I was doing half the show. We were kind of a small tour we put together just to fuck around. We stopped in Philly. We played the Fillmore. Mm-hmm. And after the show, we went to some dive bar and did karaoke into the wee hours of the morning with like a group of girls from a bachelorette party and like 5 male nurses and some random other people from Philly. It seemed like all like local people. Some of the girls were visiting, but most of them were from there. And I had the time of my life. And when I tell you, one of my most fun karaoke memories is from that night in Philly because I look, I've got a couple different karaoke songs that I'll pull out every once in a while, but I read the room that night and I said, what needs to happen in this room tonight is Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain. And Kylie, the girls, the bachelorette party's on stage with me. We're tearing it up. It's just like the most random crowd of my friends that I'm on tour with, and then this like little menagerie of like Philly locals. tearing up, man, I feel like a woman ripping the roof off the place. It was magic.
Yes, of course it was.
That's Philly to me.
See, that's when people get Philadelphia and they can look at that moment and be like, this is it.